So let's talk a little bit about follow-up and follow-through. Now, when you are applying through the ATS and recruiters and you got the first phone interview or first in-person interview, how quickly should you follow up? Or even when you get the first phone call from the recruiter or the hiring manager, how often should you call back and how quickly should you call back? If you know you're looking for a job and a random number calls you, you want to take a second and you can't get to the phone, right? You can't get to the phone. Then take a second, take a minute actually, see if they left a voicemail. They left a voicemail, listen to it in its entirety, and then call them back the first time. They don't pick up, leave them a message. Now the waiting game starts. You don't want to call them twice or three times in a row and just they might be on another call, they might be in a meeting, they might be away from their desk. They come back, they have 3 missed calls from the same number. You're gonna look desperate, and that's not gonna look good. So you call them once after you have heard their voicemail or seen their email. Leave them a message if they're not available. You can, if they sent you an email, follow up with an email saying, hey, I got your missed call, I heard your voicemail, I left you a message, I'm just following up, give me a call back when you get a moment. That's it. The next time you follow up will be within 48 to 72 hours. So don't call them, wait for them to call you back. And this goes in every situation, whether you just got your first call from the recruiter or hiring manager, or you just left them a message after your phone interview following up, or you just are done with an in-person interview. Call them, give them 48 to 72 hours, and then call them again. Wait. This is a waiting and a patience game. You don't want to call them 10 times in a day or 10 times in a row or 10 times in a week, because all of that is a lot of calling. You don't want to do that. And you shouldn't have all of your eggs in one basket either. While you're waiting for them to call you back, apply to more jobs or follow up with other people or reach out to other people. You should be networking. You shouldn't just sit there waiting for them to call you back. You should be doing other things. And if they tell you where they're calling from, do a little bit more of research. This is your opportunity to do more research to impress them. So it's okay if you take some time to call the recruiter back, because then you know more about their company than you initially did, right? So do a little bit more research, call them back, wait 48 to 72 hours, and then call them back again. Give them 24 to 48 hours to call you back. If they don't call you back within that time, then call them back. The same thing after a phone interview, after an in-person interview. Say they said they would follow up on a Friday, and today is Thursday. Why would you call them today when they said they were going to follow up on Friday? Wait, just wait. Wait until Monday evening or afternoonish and be like, hey, I know we had scheduled for a follow-up on Friday. I know how busy things get for you. Just making sure that I didn't miss a call or miss an email. Let me know when you have a few minutes to chat. Monday, Tuesday, next week, sure. Thursday, before the Friday to follow up? No. You don't want to come across as desperate. You don't want to come across as you don't have anything else. Perception matters. If you come across as desperate, it's not a good look for you. The same way, recruiters, you should not be calling that candidate 10 times in one day. And yes, I know you guys do that because I've seen you guys do that. 10 times in one day is not acceptable. You know how many recruiters they're calling them? What are you doing? You should have other candidates to call. Call them, leave them a message, and send them an email if you have an email. And wait for them to call you back. If they don't call you back in 24, 48 hours, then reach out again. But 10 times in one day should not be the thing. Honestly, if they're calling you back, you should be calling them back. You really should be calling them back, because They called you back. You called them first, and then they called you back. So you need to call them back. Clear? All right. That is all for today. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.